Welcome to Lesson 3. Lesson 3 is Pronunciation Basics. So now that you know the German alphabet, you'll learn a few important German sounds that can help you read and say words more clearly in German. So you don't need perfect pronunciation right away. The goal is to notice some key patterns and start feeling more comfortable saying German words out loud. Let's look at the letter J. It's a little bit different than in English. It's not J, it's J. So in German, J usually sounds like the English Y. Like ja and yes are kind of similar. It's not ja, it's ja. Or Juli is July. Juli. It sounds like a Y at the beginning. And some other words are das Jahr, the year, das Kajak, the kayak, der Joghurt, the yogurt, jammern, to complain. And you can repeat some of these words in the lesson if you want to hear them again. But there is an exception. Words adopted from other languages use different pronunciation of J. So, for example, the J in jalapeno is from Spanish, and so it's the same in German, jalapeno. Or the J in job is job, like in the English, job. So those are some exceptions to the pronunciation of yacht. And I've included some other German pronunciation videos to help you. One with German vowel combinations and one with German vowel sounds. Let's look at the letter W. So this is a little bit different in German. It's called V. And you might think it's the English V that someone's saying. But V means W. Like in Wasser, the water. Or wo, where. Or we would say die Welt, the world. Wenden, to turn. Wandern, to hike. So that sounds more like the English V, wandern. And the German V, that's V, remember from the alphabet. So in some German words, the V sounds like the English F, like Vater or the number vier. When you see a V in a German word or a V, it's either pronounced like an English F or an English V. So the first two words pronounce the V like an F. The second two words pronounce the V like the English V. Der Vater, the father. Das Volk, the folk. Die Violine, the violin. Die Vibration, the vibration. So sometimes it is like the English V, and sometimes it's more of a F sound. And what about the IE and EI? These can be difficult to tell apart. So this is an important beginner pronunciation pattern. The EI usually sounds like I. And the IE usually sounds like E. So for example, mein or heißen. We're hearing the I sound. And with IE, it's vier, for, Liebe, love. So the IE is more like a E sound. A little bit backwards of what you might imagine it would be. Repeat with me. Mein, heißen, vier, Liebe. Let's be careful as you move forward and pronounce. All right, that sums up the difference between EI and IE. Let's look at the letter Z. In German, it's set. So it sounds like a TS at the beginning. Set. zwei, 2, 10. Practice saying them. Zwei, 10. And finally, let's look at the simple CH pattern. In German, CH can sound different depending on the word. So it can be softer, like in ich or nicht. It might be a very subtle sound there. Ich, sicher, fächer. And another way to say the CH sound is similar to the English word loch. You might be tempted to pronounce it like a K, loch, but it's softer like loch. These are just a few pronunciation tips to help you at the beginning. Of course, the more German you speak, the better you'll get at it. So let's recap what we learned. J is J. It sounds like a Y. Y. W is V. It sounds like a V. V is V. It sounds like an F most of the time, sometimes a V. EI sounds like I. IE sounds like E. The Z, set, sounds like ts, ts. And CH has different ways of pronouncing it depending on the word. We could say ich, nicht, or it could be a more open CH like loch, noch. So that was a little bit about German pronunciation. I have some other German pronunciation videos for you to check out if you want to keep practicing. And I'll see you in the next lesson, lesson 4, du versus sie.